Obey the chieftain. Last season.
Welcome, outlander.
In the room. Three leave, only you return? What happened?
Cavo was telling the truth. The rebels had a behemoth. Cavo was injured in the battle, but we stopped the attack. Aroke
regrets that he doubted the boy. Your grandson proved himself to be honest and brave, Chaplain. He's loyal to the lowland.
So you'll release him?
He's earned his freedom. But it'll take many more deeds to earn back the rest of the clan's trust.
I'll do whatever it takes.
Thank you, Aloy.
Indeed. Falls Edge owes you a great debt. May this begin to repay it.
Thank you.
As soon as you're healed, I have so much to show you.
Welcome back, Cavo.
We walk.
I hear the battle at the end. Greetings,
Strike
warrior.
through as the 10.
Anybody seen one of my machine strike pieces around?
Aloy,
2 down?
I'm glad her healing can continue.
Are you guys training with...
If you count trying to...
Are you serious?
Of course not.
Good.
I was going... He called the Utar... Laughed at the idea of us simple... Before I knew it, he and I were... The man is slow, but he can throw a hammer around. Don't look so worried. Next time he's going down like a load of boards.
Just try not to kill...
Injuring his pride.
Found anything else?
Varl and I have been looking. Apparently there used to be Can you imagine that? I'd give anything to see. Though I know that without Artemis or Apollo, at least I can comfort in knowing Gaia. Her memory honors them.
I better get...
Right.
Hey, look.
I did.
Can't wait.
I better...
All right. How do I...
You still sit...
Yeah, it's... I thought maybe not much luck there, but images. They were made to look like The Oseram like shows.
How are things going?
Hey, you tell me.
So I hear.
I made one about how they... How does anyone fight when...
From the looks of it,
Yeah, well...
just... I should...
We'll talk...
Aloy,
Are you guys training with it?
if you count... Of course.
Good.
I was... He called, laughed. Before the man... Don't look next to...
Just trying to...
Injuring his...
I need to get going.
Is your focus acting up again?
It's fine.
I can take a look if you want.
Nah, usually works if I just flick it a few times with my thumb.
It's locked. Well, I guess Rita wants her privacy for now. Wonder if Varl's in there with her.
They set up a camp there as well, I see.
Hey,
Aloy. Good.
Does it still...
I try... It's difficult.
I can't click.
Then you have...
Must be straight.
I... Back...
It is good to see you again, Aloy. I see you have recovered Demeter.
Drone's reconnected now.
I like this one.
Aloy, can you come downstairs? Beta has something you need to hear.
Okay. I'll be right down.
Aloy, I have managed to unlock additional rooms within the facility.
Got it. Hey, Gaia.
Hello, Aloy.
I should be going.
Goodbye.
I'm back, Gaia.
Hello, Aloy. What would you like to discuss?
Have you been able...
Yes.
Maybe that'll give...
Unfortunately, I have discussed this map.
Yeah. There's something I'm still...
In its deranged state, Demeter was
It thought the Pharaoh played...
It feared, as part of its directive of and considering it had 20 years to proliferate.
That's a good thing.
Artemis rewilded. Eleuthia was nurturing up organ.
Pharaoh, huh?
Understand? He...
All three of the... Or were. Do you still need...
Attain...
I guess our best... But we'll need...
Correct.
So, once Hephaestus has been recovered and merged, you'll regain the capacity to mass produce...
Yes.
So you could build an army of machines. Attack the Zeniths and take... them out.
It is in my nature to take... any and all necessary steps to preserve life on Earth, human life above all. So yes, once I have been empowered with the... I could design, given the nature of... I must admit, however, no matter how... Indeed...
Beta believes the Zeniths want to use the terraforming system to wipe out life.
Further supporting our hypothesis.
But why? Given their technology, they could wipe out the tribes of the world by easier means. And if they're the same people who left Earth 1,000 years ago, wouldn't they want the biosphere to be as it was?
It is likely they adjusted. They may be trying...
Turning Earth into a new series. So the Zeniths are the same physically...
From what we know, then engineers were offered a place aboard the Odyssey. In exchange for the given enough time, technology...
Like how Minerva eventually...
Exactly.
The Zeniths. Gerard, do you know...
Unfortunately, no. Additionally, it only one.
Right.
What we can conclude is that the Zeniths, to protect life...
The extinction signal didn't just... It made every subordinate function self-aware.
I have wondered this. So far as I can tell, Hades and the partial sentience imparted to us...
A signal that... How...
From the... It appears...
Hank Shaw, but...
Yes. It is likely far despite his fail.
The extinction signal made every subordinate function...
I have wondered. So far as I can... The partial sentience impart...
A signal that precise... How could the Zeniths know...
From the records, it appears far Zenith...
Hank Shaw. But...
Yes. Despite it.
So from what Beta... I guess we can assume the Zenith's technology...
Yes. They appear to make Further, they seem to be equipped with energy field that...
They seemed indestructible, but...
Throughout, every defensive technology has eventually been... While we lack the anti-shielding... Were I to absorb Hephaestus and no shielding could withstand...
So there's hope.
Always.
So there's a few people... Almost like what was...
Yes. There is still much that can be... For instance... Varl, hearing their hopes and...
Anything I should be...
I do not believe... I have elected not to enter...
So the facility where I recovered Demeter, it's where they created the biomass conversion system, but...
It is likely she was briefed on
That makes sense. But
using the data you recovered in all scenarios.
so there was a lot of data in the greenhouse.
I will run complete.
But new crops aren't going to save the world.
It is.
I know they traded their ectogenic chambers to Zero.
At this point, perhaps at one time they meant the Odyssey as their goal.
So they got more selfish as the risks of staying on Earth kept rising. I'll be off.
Farewell, for now.
Oh, looks like I can open that door now. There's a lot of equipment in here. Gaia, what was all this for? According to this console, there are still thousands of plant samples stored deep below the facility. I could ask Gaia about them the next time I talk to her. A shuttle. Like the one I blew up at Farzi. This launch facility. Farrell seemed pretty interested in space travel. I guess he wanted a keepsake. That looks like one of the Utaru's land gods. Like the one we killed in the sacred cave. I'm not sure I'll ever fully understand, but seeing something that represents life and prosperity turned into a weapon, it couldn't have been easy for Zoe.
Happy birthday, Isaac. Daddy sure does love his little big man.
She found that recording from the data on your focus. She's been watching it a lot. I think it helps calm her.
You know, I used to watch this a lot too. Whenever I wanted to take my mind off things.
Daddy sure does love his little big...
But there's something you need to tell me?
While you were gone, I came down here to check on her. Then we started talking. Right, Beta? She's been thinking about how to capture Hephaestus, studying the data Gaia gave her. But we started talking about some other stuff. You know, just getting to know each other, right? And then she told me that one of the Zeniths might be different from the others.
Tilda. You saw her at the Hades Proving Lab.
Go on.
On the way to Earth, the Zeniths never showed their faces. My servitor caretaker referred to them as my... benefactors, and promised I'd meet them someday, when I had learned enough. And then, one day, a data channel opened in my training interface. In it, Tilda was waiting for me, in a virtual replica of a house on a cliff, overlooking the ocean. It was beautiful. She showed me paintings, books, media files. We met there in secret many times. But a few months later, it stopped.
Can you tell us why, Beta?
I found some data about Tilda a while back. I think she knew Elizabeth Sobek.
Maybe that's why she... reached out to you?
What else can you tell us about Tilda?
She liked to talk about her paintings.
What about herself? Did she ever talk about her life on Earth, how she joined the Zeniths, something like that?
She never said much about herself, and she hated it when I asked too many questions. But I think, back on Earth, she was an expert programmer, given that she built a data channel the other Zeniths couldn't detect.
Is there anything else about her that we might be able to use to our advantage?
She was the first real person who ever bothered to speak to me. I wasn't really assessing her for strengths and weaknesses.
You said that Tilda reached out to you using a data channel?
It appeared in my training interface as another assignment. When I opened it, there were a series of intermittent glitches. I realized they formed a transpositional cipher. Instructions on how to open up a new virtual space. When I entered it, my training interface disappeared. Instead of the usual holographic teachers and files, I was in a perfect recreation of her home.
And you're sure the other Zeniths never knew about it?
To them, it looked like I was still in training. Toiling away. Alone.
So this secret virtual space looked like a house with an ocean view?
I could see whitecaps and hear waves crashing on rocks below. And there were gulls crying outside. Inside, Tilda had frames that showed off her favorite paintings, changing at intervals to match the light. There was an armchair she liked. She'd sit there and gaze outside while I looked through her things. We spent hours in that house. I never wanted to leave.
You said Tilda showed you paintings and let you access media files?
Every time we met, she showed me a new painting. I think she was Dutch. All of her favorite pieces were from their golden age in the 1600s. Portraits, allegories, ships at sea. She had so many.
They didn't interest you?
I liked her media portal. It had so much more than my training interface. Clips, shows, holos. My favorite was this one called second time around about a family whose kid comes back after disappearing during the Hot Zone crisis.
Right, but did this portal have anything about the Zeniths themselves? Anything we could use?
No. Any information about them was redacted.
So Tilda set up a secret virtual space where she could talk to you, a house on a cliff. Then later, she cut you off. But other than the fact that Tilda knew Elizabeth, you don't know why she did those things?
I don't! Okay? I thought of every possible reason that would make her leave, but whatever I did wrong, I don't know what it is! When I finally met the others, she ignored me. Acted like the data channel never existed. None of this even matters. Tilda's the same as the others. It won't help us defeat them.
Okay. Let's leave it at that then.
What's wrong?
I'm trying, Varl. But she is tough to take. I'm out there in the wilds, risking my life every day, and all she can do is hide in there and tell us how hopeless it all is. I'm sorry, she's had a rough time, but she is really not helping right now.
You always seem to be on top of everything, so I sometimes forget about what you've been through. I mean, it wasn't that long ago you were so banged up you couldn't even walk. About that. When I pulled you out of the water back near the proving lab, you were muttering Rost's name. You never talk about him. But he raised you, trained you. You must miss him a lot.
Of course I do. But I don't have time to think about that now. I need to get back out there.
Okay. I'll keep working with Beta. Gaia says she knows a lot about Zero Dawn. And maybe she just needs some time to adjust, and then she can help us with Hephaestus.
Sure. But I won't hold my breath.
Nothing. You just look good. That's all.
Get back to studying.
Aloy.
Yeah, everything's...
Well, okay,
It seems...
yeah, it's been helpful when I could. I did find the old one, only they they even let the damn things cut you off before you saw... and that's you won't see me letting...
I see someone.
I'm just trying to get help to take my mind.
You should try playing Katalo. It's a Tanakh game.
Oh, sure, Tanakh. Sure you won't try and kill me?
Pretty sure. Do I smell?
I brought some up with everything that's been going on. Besides, that's what my sister...
Maybe another time. I should...
Back to read.
Hey.
Of course.
You feeling...
I was just thinking about Beta and all that. To think someone make a person just to lock them in a room. Elizabeth Sobek sacrificed herself. No trouble treating...
Another reason we have... How's training?
Discovering... When we first... You asked me if I ever wondered. I thought it would... But a lot has changed since Now I'm just trying to versus everything.
The change is hard. It's hard to believe. The same one...
To live on for so...
Because it's not.
That weapon we found where Beta was hiding. Any chance we can use that against them?
Sylens made sure that wasn't an option.
Why would he build something to hurt Far's Zenith?
With Sylens, there's always an angle. What do you make?
Well, the way she just... I can't shake off the feeling that Tilda... Maybe because she's Elizabeth so... But whatever she wants. If we knew what it...
I don't know.
Oh well. At least...
Maybe. You brought up Rost. He was all I had. When Hades discovered who I was, he sacrificed himself so I could survive. But that seems like ages ago. What I'm doing now, the Sacred Lands were all here, so I can't let myself...
I understand. Sometimes about what she would have become if she... It hurts. You can't ignore it forever.
I know.
Fair enough.
I should get back out.
We'll be here.
Hey.
I am well. Varl told me, I wish there was
I'm not sure.
A tree won't bear fruit in a day.
What are you going to learn?
I'm not sure. I asked Gaia for suggestion. From what I get, the old ones would store like you've done maybe one day more
That sounds... The Zeniths did a number on Beta.
I still can't believe she told him the Zeniths are immortal. Old ones who cut themselves. I've never heard of anything. To deny our dying bodies to the earth. To do... It's...
Is there any... Are you okay?
You and Varl have been friends for a while.
I like to think so.
I was wondering...
Oh.
That bad, huh?
Why do you want to know?
He's spoken of his sister, Vala, but...
She's the war chief of the Nora. Best warrior the tribe's ever known. Tougher than a Thunderjaw, but she could be pretty harsh at times.
I see. I feel silly now.
I wouldn't worry about it. He's probably afraid Sona will scare you off some.
I'd like to see her.
I should get going.
Good luck.
Mind if we...
Of course not.
Have you...
I did see him.
That stuff's as bitter as...
You get used to it.
I'm sure Erend wouldn't mind. What do you think of this place?
It's an efficient, though it could you.
Duly noted. I would...
Welcome back.
Hey, Gaia.
Welcome back.
The Zeniths. Gerard. I think Elizabeth knew one of them.
No. If she knew this Tild, what we can conclude is that the Zeniths are to protect...
So,
It seems to me you did. The Zeniths controlled this Tilda, an abrupt severance.
Yeah. There was...
I will...
But
it is.
I found some data in one of the rooms you unlocked. It mentioned that... Why is it there?
My predecessor would with primary and had everything humans would have eventually been able to introduce.
Can we access them?
Unfortunately, I require the preserved seed stock.
And for that we need Hephaestus. See you later.
Until next.
I was feeling damp.